Namaste, yogis. I'm Mary Beth, and welcome to You Can Yoga Too. Today, we're going to really work our hip flexors. Many of us are seated a lot of the time in much of our day. So let's start to work our hip flexors and get those hips moving. Grab your mat. Let's get started. Namaste, yogis. Welcome to You Can Yoga Too. Today we're going to focus on our hip flexors. So let's go ahead and get started in a child's pose. With our knees wide, our toes are going to be touching, and we're going to sink the hips all the way back toward the heels. Reach your arms way out long on the mat, and then go ahead and drop your forehead onto the mat. Tapping in to the quiet, tapping into your body, relaxing into this pose, focusing on your breath. As we slowly and deeply inhale through the nose and slowly and deeply exhale through the nose. Just doing a quick body scan. Just noticing any areas of tension in the body. Letting go here. Go ahead and drop your elbows. Bring your palms together and bring those thumbs to the back of the mat as we set our intention. Maybe you reach those elbows a little bit further forward, setting our intention for our practice. What do you want to manifest in your day today, on your mat today? Setting that intention in the present tense, as if it's already happening. Go ahead and reach those arms long. Just spider up on your fingertips so you're lifting the wrists and the elbows, and we pull the shoulders away from our ears, really engaging that upper back. Dropping the palms onto the mat, and then let's just slowly lift up, come out of that child's pose and into an all-four position on our mats. Keeping those knees fairly wide. We're going to press into that left hand, look forward, reach that right arm forward, and then follow it with your eyes, lifting up, reaching up. And then as you bring that arm back all the way toward the floor, sink those hips. Again, look forward, lift that right arm forward and up. And on your exhale, bring it back toward the floor. Just inhale, sweep forward. Exhale, bring that arm all the way to the back of your mat. Inhale, sweep forward. Exhale, sink those hips. One more time. Inhale, lift up, stay up here, reaching the arm all the way up, that right arm. Inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to take a thread the needle. So drop that right arm. Bring it under and through that left arm and reach that right arm all the way out to the left. Spider up on those left fingertips. Maybe you want to pivot those feet over to the left and then lengthen out that left leg. Just an option. Whatever you need to do here. Just really relaxing into that right shoulder. Maybe you want to lift that right leg. It's up to you. Maybe circle out those feet one way and then the other. And then go ahead and lower that right leg if it's lifted to the back of the mat. Press into that left palm. Plant your right palm and then pivot that right foot all the way out to the side. We're going to come up into our modified side plank. Opening our hearts here, lifting our chest, reaching that left arm behind us. Inhale here. Exhale, sweep this left arm forward and overhead, creating one long line of energy. Pressing your hips forward as we open up. Inhale. Exhale, reach that left arm forward. And then on your next inhale, we're going to press off this right hand and lift up. That left foot is out wide. Our arms are out wide. We're going to take our gate pose. Inhale here and reach the arms wide. On the exhale, drop that left hand on top of that left thigh or calf and reach your right arm over, gate pose. Just holding here as we look down toward that left foot. Or maybe we look up toward the ceiling and flip our palm. Opening up here, inhale. And on that exhale, let's slowly drop that right hand to the mat. Reach this left arm up. Let's reach this left leg up, holding here in our modified half moon. 4, 3, 4, 2. Last one. Can you bend at that left knee and maybe grab hold of the top of that left foot as we come into our modified Chapasana. Holding here for 3, 2. Last one. Let's let go of that foot. Coming onto our mat. Pressing our palms, tucking our toes. Let's do a few cat-cows. Inhale, dip your belly, lift your head, neck, and shoulders. And on the exhale, round the back and curl. We're going to begin to lift the knees, come up into our first downward facing dog. Lower down those knees. Inhale, dip the belly, lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Exhale. Round and curl forward, lifting up those knees. Downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lift your heels. Float your heels up. Come up onto your tiptoes. Exhale. Sink those heels. Beautiful. We're coming back down onto our knees. We're going to take those sweeps, those dancing lion sweeps one more time. So we press into that right palm. We reach that left arm forward and then all the way up. And then sink those hips. Bring that left hand to the back of that mat and sweep forward. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Following that left hand with your eyes. One more. Inhale. Reach up. Keep that left arm up on the inhale. And on that exhale, we take that left arm under and through, coming into our thread the needle. Spidering up on the right fingertips. Maybe you stay right here. Maybe you pivot those feet out to the right and lengthen out this right leg. Maybe you lift that right leg, circle out the feet. These are just options. Beautiful. Slowly lowering that right leg. Bringing that left hand to the mat. pivot this left foot out to the left and reach that right leg long. We're going to take that modified lunge, side lunge, opening up that right chest, opening, looking toward the sky. Inhale here. Exhale, sweep the right arm forward. Holding here. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Let's reach that right arm up. Let's slowly lift up, coming into our gate pose. Reaching our arms wide. Inhale here. And on the exhale, slowly drop the right hand toward that right thigh or calf, reaching that left arm up and over, gate pose. Maybe looking up toward the sky, opening up that left palm. Inhale here. And on the exhale, we open the arms wide one more time. Look down toward the floor. Drop that left hand and lift that right leg. Modified half moon. Holding here. 4, 3, 2. Lifting that right leg. Last one. Let's come onto all fours. Pitter patter those feet onto the mat. Beautiful. Tuck those toes. We're going to inhale and dip the belly, lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Exhale, shift those hips up toward the ceiling. Lengthen out those legs. Downward facing dog. Holding here in your downward facing dog. Maybe walking out your dog. Bending one knee and then the other. Beautiful. Let's ripple forward, coming into the top of our plank. We hold here, really squeezing those abs in toward your spine, really pressing into the palms, lifting up, trying to pull those elbows in toward one another. Holding here for 3, 2. Last one. Let's shift those heels forward and back. And then next time you shift those heels forward, slowly bend at the elbows and come all the way down, forehead to the mat. Untuck your toes, and then slowly lift up, coming into that low cobra. Lower down. One more time, lightly rest those palms onto the mat and lift up into that low cobra. Exhale, lower down. One more time, pull the hands back toward lower down, midway onto the waist, and then lift up, pressing those toes into the mat, lifting those knees off the mat, coming into that upward facing dog. Let's just hold here, inhale, and on the exhale, we're going to tuck our toes, lift our hips, downward facing dog. Soften those knees. We're going to slowly walk our hands to the back of the mat. Press those palms into your shins. Flatten your back. Look toward the top of the mat on the inhale, and on the exhale, fold over. Beautiful. Just holding here. Softening those knees. Let's slowly roll up to the count of 3, 2. Head is the last to come up. We lift our shoulders and pull them back and down. Pressing the palms forward. Looking out in front of you. Inhale, reach your arms all the way out and up. Looking up at the top of your breath. And on the exhale, let's cactus out those arms. Open up the chest. Inhale here. And on the exhale, we bring those elbows together as we come into that forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flatten the back. Exhale, let's walk it out, yogis. Downward facing dog, ripple forward, come to the top of our plank pose. Holding here for 5. Warming up our core right now. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Shift those heels forward, slowly lower. Maybe this time you just come halfway down into your chaturanga. Inhale. Push through and coming to the upward facing dog with the knees lifted. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Our feet are together at the back of the mat. Pressing those heels down. Slowly lift your right leg back and up. Bend at the knee. Circle out the foot one way and then the other. Let's get into the hip flexors. We circle that right knee counterclockwise and then clockwise. Opening it up here. On your next inhale, lengthen out that right leg, flex those toes, and on the exhale, bring that right knee into your chest, round the back, look forward, step the right foot between the hands, coming up onto our fingertips. Let's just shift forward and back. Pressing into that left heel, and then drop that left knee, untuck those toes, and then sweep your arms from low to high. Shifting our hips forward and back. Maybe walking that right foot out a little bit. Reaching your arms high. Pulling the abs in toward your spine. Shoulders back and down. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Inhale here. Reach the arms up. And on the exhale, reach your arms forward. Tuck that back toe. We're going to do a half crescent. So slowly lift that back knee. You can keep that knee on the floor. Inhale, drop your knee. Lift those arms up. And on the exhale, you can keep that knee lifted, on the floor and just shift forward. Or you can lift the knee off the mat. Then drop that knee if it's lifted. Sweep up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, we're taking that half crescent with our arms pressing back. Look forward, lift your knee if it's not, and then slowly we're going to lift up into our regular crescent pose with that back leg extended, that heel pressing back. Holding here in our crescent pose for 3, 2, last one. Let's twist to the right. Water wheel. Looking good. Holding here for 3, 2, last one. Sweep that right arm forward and up. Pivot your back heel. We're coming into our warrior 2. Gazing over that right middle finger. Looking forward. Beautiful. Let's step our right foot out to the right, and then we're going to sweep this left arm forward and overhead. Warrior 1 pose. Virabhadrasana A. Inhale here. Looking forward. Reaching up. Tucking that tailbone. Trying to get that right knee over the ankle. Inhale. Exhale. We bring the hands behind our back. Interlace our fingers. Look forward. Lift up. Open your heart. And on the exhale, we slowly shift forward. Coming into our humble warrior. Bringing that right shoulder to that right knee. Looking back at that back foot. Arms lifting up overhead. Beautiful. Holding here in our humble warrior. Try to pull that right hip in toward the center line. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Let's release those hands. Frame that right foot. Peel that back heel, and we're coming into that easy lunge. Inhale. Let's dip our hips. And on the exhale, we're coming into our pyramid pose. So all we're going to do is shift the hips back and lengthen out this right leg. If you've got a block, you can press into the block to lift your upper torso. Just holding here. That back foot, that heel is off the mat, draping over this right leg, holding here. Spidering up onto those fingertips as we reach forward for 3, 2, last one. So let's start to bend at that right knee, coming into our easy lunge one more time. We're on our way to our lunge twist. So plant that left hand, look forward, sweep that right arm forward and up. Lunge twist. Holding here. 4, 3, 2, last one. Let's drop this right hand and we're going to come into our seated twist. So center that right hand, that right foot, and then can you bring this left knee behind the right foot, pivot that left foot out to the right, and then come onto your seats, yogis. We're going to cross this this right leg over the left leg. Beautiful. We are in our twist, and if this doesn't feel good, if you want to lengthen out this left leg, you can. So you just cross the right leg over the left, lifting up, wrapping this left arm around that right knee, or hooking this left elbow outside of that right knee. Inhale as we lengthen up, reaching that right arm up. Exhale, drop that right hand behind you. One more inhale as we lengthen. Exhale as we twist. Gazing over that right shoulder. Finding your breath, connecting the breath. Your inhales as you lengthen, and your exhales as you twist. Let's all shift our gaze, look forward. We're going to unravel. Bring that right hand inside that right shin. Left arm behind us. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, let's twist to the left. Holding here. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Let's look forward. Bring your hands behind your back and then just bicycle out those feet. Should feel really good here. And then cross at the ankles. Let's shift forward and take a vinyasa. Plant those palms, step those feet back. Coming into the top of our plank, shift forward. Slowly lower halfway or all the way down. Inhale, lift up to that upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck your toes, chin comes to your chest. Hips are high, downward facing dog. Our feet are together at the back of that mat. We squeeze our lower abs in toward our spine. Gazing at those back toes. Feet are come together at the back of that mat and slowly lift. Left leg backing up. Maybe we bend at the knee and circle our feet one way and then the other. We got to get our hip flexors working. So circle that left knee one way and then the other. Inhale, lengthen up this left leg. And on that exhale, we bring that left knee into the chest, round the back, look forward and step the left foot between those hands. We're coming into that low lunge, so we drop the back knee and untuck those toes. Look forward, sweep your arms from low to high. Reaching up as we shift our hips forward and back. Just organizing here, shifting those hips forward. Arms are up. Inhale as we lift. All right, we're going to tuck those toes. Or I'll do the first one where we Just sweep those arms forward. Keep that knee lowered and then reach those arms back. Inhale, lift up into that low lunge. Second time through, I'm going to tuck my toes and then sweep those arms forward and back. Coming into that half crescent. Reaching those arms behind you, lengthening your spine. Inhale, dip that right knee and sweep those arms up. On Janiyasana low lunge, and on the exhale, we sweep the arms forward and behind us, coming into that half crescent. If your knee is bent, is on the ground, that right knee, go ahead and lift it up because we're coming into our full crescent pose. You can modify and keep the knee lit down, but reaching those arms up. Inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to twist to the left, taking that water wheel. Holding here in our water wheel pose. Really pressing into that back thigh and heel. And then we're going to cartwheel those arms and come into our warrior two. Opening up here, arms wide. Beautiful. Holding here for 3, 2. Last one. Walk this left foot out to the left. We're coming into our warrior one. So we sweep this right arm forward and overhead. Warrior one. Lengthening out this left leg. Maybe walking it out a little further. Inhale. Lift those arms. Exhale. Cactus out those arms. Open up that chest. Look up. And then on the exhale, bring those hands behind the back. Interlace those fingers. Maybe you bring a towel or a strap. If you can't interlace the hands, inhale, look up. Exhale, let's shift forward, yogis. You know what to do. Lower down that left shoulder to that left knee. Gazing back at the arch of that back foot. Holding here, lifting those arms overhead. Holding here for 3, 2. Last one. Let's release those hands. Peel the back heel off the mat. Center that left foot coming into your easy lunge. Inhale, we dip our hips. And on the exhale, we come into that pyramid pose. So lengthen out this left leg. If you need to step that back foot up about 6 inches, feel free to do so. Inhale, let's lengthen our spine and look out in front of us. And on the exhale, slowly lower. Pyramid pose. Try to take this left hip and pull it back into space. Just helps you see how that changes the pose for you. We've been building some heat here, yogis. Inhale. We're going to bend at that left knee. Plant your right hand. We're coming into our lunge twist. So look forward. Sweep that left arm forward and all the way up. Reaching that left arm up. Holding here. Maybe circling out that left wrist. Reaching up. That bottom shoulder is away from the ear. For 3, 2, 1. Coming back into our easy lunge. We're going to come into that seated twist on the other side. So step this right knee behind that left heel. Pivot that right foot out to the left. And then slowly come down onto your seat with that left leg crossed over the right knee or thigh. Wrap that right arm around that left knee. Lengthen your spine. Reach that left arm up. And on the exhale, drop that left hand. Seated twist. Maybe you hook that left hand. That right elbow outside of that left thigh. Lengthen on your inhales and on your exhales. Gaze over that left shoulder. We're going to shift our gaze forward, unravel, and then take that counter twist with that left hand inside that left foot, right hand behind you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, let's twist. Gazing over the right shoulder. Just hanging here for 5. Letting go. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Shift your gaze forward. Bring those hands behind your back. Let's uncross those legs and bicycle out the feet. Should feel really good. All right, we have one final wave of effort, yogis. We've got this. So cross at the ankles. Press into those palms. And let's just come right back into that downward facing dog. So tuck your toes, lift your hips. Downward dog, bringing the feet together at the back of that mat. Slowly, right leg lifts, backing up on the inhale. And on the exhale, start to bend this left leg. We're going to walk the hands to the back of the mat, coming into our standing L. Beautiful. Spider up onto your fingertips. Bend this left leg. Bend this right leg. We're going to come into that skater pose. So can you bring those hands either onto the mat, or maybe you want to bring them into heart center, looking forward, lengthening that spine, holding here in our skater pose for 3, 2. Last one, plant those hands, lift that back leg up. Standing L. Come into the skater one more time. So we bend both knees. We maybe bring our hands to heart center, skater pose, and then slowly drop that right foot. Come all the way up into the standing position, Tadasana pose. Beautiful. Just holding here. Lengthening. Grounding into the earth with this left leg. We're going to lift our right heel. That right knee lifts, and then we're going to come into that tree pose. So pivot that right knee out to the right and rest that right heel onto that left ankle. Reach your arms all the way up. Tree pose. You know, if you want to take it more of a balancing pose, you can step that right foot to your left shin or to the left inner thigh. Finding your drishti, finding your focus out in front of you. Holding here. Tucking your tailbone under, pressing that right knee out to the right. Holding in your tree pose. 4, 3. 4, 2. Last one. Bring the hands to heart center. Beautiful. Holding here. Dropping that right leg. Slowly. Prayer fold forward. Coming all the way down. Inhale. Slowly lift that right leg back and up. Coming back into that standing L. Really lengthening that right leg behind you. Dialing those right toes toward the left. We're going to walk it out into that down dog split. Inhale here. And on that exhale, we take this right knee and we tap it to that left elbow. And you can either drop that right knee and come into your modified triangle by pivoting that back heel and reaching that left arm up. Or you can lift up and step that right foot out to the left and open up. Fallen triangle or modified fallen triangle, whatever feels best to you, yogis. Inhale here. On the exhale, look forward. Drop that left hand. Can you sweep this right leg back and up on the inhale? And on the exhale, that right knee comes to that right elbow. And sweep that right foot out to the left. Lower down, we're coming into our pigeon pose. So planting the palms onto the mat, lengthening your spine, lifting that heart, reaching your heart forward, inhale. And then on the exhale, lower down, maybe onto those elbows, maybe onto the forehead. You decide what feels good to you. Taking a body scan here, noticing any areas of tension and just sending your breath there, trying to relax your breath, trying to relax that right hip. Beautiful. Let's all take a big inhale for the count of 3, 2, 1 as we hold at the top of the breath for 3, 2, 1. Slowly exhale through the nose for 3, 2, 1. Lift your gaze, come on to those palms. We're going to tuck that back foot, lift that back knee, and then bring that right foot back to meet the left, coming into our downward facing dog. One final wave of effort, yogis. We bring our feet together at the back of the mat and we slowly lift that left leg back and up. Beautiful. We're going to bend at that right knee and walk those hands to the back of that mat, coming into our standing L. So lower this left hip, and can you lengthen out that left leg and dial those toes toward the floor. Try to dial those toes toward the right, to left toes toward the right. Holding here for 3, 2, last one. Let's bend at that left knee, bend at that right knee. Start to look forward to the top of your mat, coming onto the fingertips. Maybe you bring the hands to heart center, coming into skater pose. Holding here for 3, 2, last one. Drop those hands, lengthen up to that standing L. And on the exhale, we bend both knees again. We look forward to the top of our mat. We come into our skater pose. Holding here. Maybe our palms are onto the mat and maybe not. Lengthen up one more time. And then lower this left leg to meet the right. Coming into our forward fold. Bend at the knees and slowly roll up for 4, 3, 2, last one. Coming into that mountain pose, organizing here at the back of our mat. Shoulders come back and down, yogis. Gazing forward. Let's inhale, sweep your arms wide. Reach them all the way up. And on the exhale, let's just drop that right hand. Reach this left arm up and over. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Reach the right arm up. Exhale, drop the left hand. Reach that right arm up and over. Beautiful. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Take that swan dive. Beautiful. On your next inhale, lift that left leg back and up one more time. Start to walk it out, coming into that down dog split. Beautiful, really engaging that left leg. Inhale here. And on that exhale, bring that left knee over to that right elbow. You know what to do. You either drop that left knee and come into your modified fallen triangle, or step that left foot out to the right. Pivot onto your back heel and then lift that right arm all the way up. Fall in triangle. Opening your heart. Inhale. Exhale. Drop the right hand. We're coming into that down dog split with that left leg lift, backing up on the inhale, and on the exhale, we're coming into that pigeon pose. So bring that left knee to that left elbow. Sweep the left foot over to the right. Lower that right leg down. Pressing up into the fingers, onto the mat as we lift up on the inhale, and the exhale. You've got it. Come onto the elbows. Come onto the forehead. Whatever feels good to you. Pigeon pose. Relaxing the jaw, relaxing that left hip, focusing on your breath. On your next inhale, look forward. Plant the palms. Lifting up. We're going to tuck that back toe. Lift that back knee off the mat. Step that left foot to meet the right. Coming into a plank pose. Final wave of effort. You've got this. Shift forward. Take your vinyasa. Coming into that downward facing dog. Let's all shift forward, ripple forward, coming into the top of our plank, and this time we just slow lower all the way down onto the mat. Coming into that locust pose. Forehead is on the mat. Maybe you want to bring your palms together on top of one another and just use them as a pillow, dropping your forehead to your palm. Letting go, relaxing here in this reverse shavasana. On your next inhale, we're going to lift our gaze. We're going to reach those arms out in front of us, pressing our palms into the floor, pressing the tops of our toes into the floor. Inhale here. And on our exhale, let it go. On your next inhale, we're going to lift the feet off the mat. We're going to lift those hands off the mat, holding here for 5, for 4, 3, 2. Last one, drop it all down. Inhale, lift up. Come on to your elbows. We're coming into our Sphinx pose. Beautiful, holding here. Looking forward, pressing the heart forward. Pressing that chin forward. Beautiful. Holding here. We're going to bend at this left knee, coming into a reclined tree pose. So the left foot is basically pressing into that right thigh. And then we press into this left palm and lift your elbow, and then take that right arm through. Lowering down, pressing the palms onto one another, and then can you bend both knees and lower down in your fetal pose. Enjoying this pose. We're going to take this top hand, this left hand, and create a half circle all the way up and over, and then reach that left arm out to the left. So we've got our knees pointing to the right. We've got our left arm pointing to the left. Lift your head and shift your gaze over to the left, reclined. Twist. Trying to have that right shoulder onto the mat and that left shoulder onto the floor. Enjoying this. Letting go. All the hard work is behind us. We're just releasing and relaxing. Preparing for our Shavasana pose. Exhale everything out here through the nose, and then inhale for the count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding at the top of the breath for 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly exhaling through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. This left arm, reach that left arm all the way up. We're coming back to that fetal pose. And then come all the way onto your bellies one more time. We're just going to take that pose on the opposite side, so we're in our Sphinx pose. We press that right palm into the mat and we lift up this right hand. We're going to come into that reverse seated tree, so we bring that right foot into that left inner thigh. And then we take this left arm and bring it under and through, lowering our head onto the mat, coming into our fetal pose, pressing our palms together. Right hand is on top of the left hand. We're going to take that half circle now. So reach that right arm forward and all the way up. And then all the way, right arm all the way out to the right. Shifting our gaze over to the right, coming into that reclined twist. The knees are to the left. Our shoulders are to the right. Reclined twist. Following your breath. Not anticipating what comes next. Just relaxing here. Let's exhale everything out. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top of the breath. And then slowly exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, this right arm lifts up. We come back to that fetal pose on our mats. And then slowly make your way into a seated position. Bringing our feet to the top of the mat. Reaching our arms out wide. Let's do a little bit of core for this final wave of effort. So lengthening our spine, reaching our arms out in front of us. Lift the right foot, lift the left foot, holding here in our high boat pose for 5. Really pressing those knees together. 4, feet are at high level. 3, 2, last one. Just lower your low back. Still reaching. We're in this low boat pose. You can lengthen out those legs, holding here for the count of 5. For 4, 3, 2, last one. Bring that right knee into the chest. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders holding here for 5, 4, 3, lift up, 2, last one, switch, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. We're going to lengthen that left leg, bend that right knee, bring those hands to that right ankle, and then switch to the left ankle, and then switch to the right ankle, and switch, 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 lifting up, switch, 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 switch for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, stretch your pose. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Drop the legs, reach the arms up and overhead. Ooh, feeling good. I snuck a little core in. Aren't ya? It's a good thing for a Saturday. Relaxing here. Letting go. Coming into our inversion. You can take your sleeping tiger, bending at the knees, lifting those feet right above the hips, and then lifting those arms right above the shoulders. Or if you want to take a shoulder stand, lift up onto your elbows, come onto the mat, your feet lift, shoulder stand, holding here. Either sleeping tiger or shoulder stand. If you're in shoulder stand, you can come into that plow pose. Sleeping tigers, you just stay right there. And then we slowly lower those legs. Let's all meet in our sleeping tiger. Then lower the right arm down. Lower the left arm down. Slowly lower that right leg down. Slowly lower the left leg down. Coming into our final pose, Shavasana. Close your eyes. Forget about the intentional breath, and I'll guide you back. Bringing your awareness back into the breath. We slowly lift those arms all the way up and overhead. Maybe cactusing out those arms. And roll onto your side, bending at the knees, coming into that fetal pose. Maybe using your hand, your bottom arm as a pillow. Just relaxing here and noticing all the shifts in your body and in your mind. Coming out of this practice a more relaxed and calm person, ready to face the day ahead. Just taking a moment to feel gratitude for all you were able to do on your mat. Only you can make this time for yoga. And you did it. You made it onto your mat today. Pressing up, coming into a seated position. Just coming into our Sukhasana pose as we draw our practice to a close. Again, I will read from today's date, Melody Beattie, a quote from her, and she says, "Finish unfinished business. Tie up loose ends. Heal your connections to others and your heart by finishing unfinished business. Then you'll be free to move on and you can go forward in peace." Yogis, thank you for being here with me today, sharing your practice with me. I wish all of you peace, love, and yoga, peace in your mind, love in your heart, and yoga in your life. The light within me sees and honors the light within each and every one of you. Namaste.